What up, y'all? This Shannon Carter. This Carter 94 feet. Indiana Pacers got a big win to beat the New York Knicks by 32 points, 121-89. Whew. Now the real question is the minutes catching up to the New York Knicks core of Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, or is it injuries, or is it just them not having a good game? That's the biggest question for me. But the Indiana Pacers, they handle business. Now it's tied 2-2. They headed back to New York for Game 5. Can the Indiana Pacers handle business and take it back to Indy up 3-2? Or can New York take control of this series again and put pressure back on Indy? Because right now, with the Pacers, they just put pressure back on New York to handle business and see if they can get their game at home in New York. But it's some pressure because now they headed back in New York. So, yeah, we're going to have to see what happens. Hey, Jalen Brunson, he had a lot of pressure on him. Neesmith, all different bodies switching on him. Siakam, everybody switching, being aggressive on everybody. Josh Hart, DiVincenzo. It was a lot of aggression I was liking from the Pacers side. But New York, they're going to have to make some adjustments, seeing how they got messed up the way they did, because that was belt to you know what. But Josh Hart started lineup, had 2 points in 23 minutes. And then you had your leader, who's been pretty much going off in the series, Jalen Brunson, with 18 points, 5 assists. Hey, we're going to see what happens for the next game, because he was not the best. He shot 0 for 5 from 3. So, yeah, negative 27 plus minus. But as for the Pacers side, man, Tyrese Haliburton dropped a 20 piece in 27 minutes. Then you got 13 points, 5 rebounds with Turner. Siakam, 14 points, 4 rebounds. The most minutes in that starting lineup was pretty much Haliburton with 27 minutes. That's all they needed, and the rest was for the bench. The bench, like always, were always stepping up. Like they always step up. TJ McConnell, Obi Toppin. Hey, man, props to those players because they constantly are helping that bench. Isaiah Jackson, 10 points. Man, I actually had a prediction that Brent Shepard will be the guy to really make a big surge helping the bench, but I mean, he wasn't the guy. But still, regardless, the bench still did really well to show why the bench is still strong. And on the other end, you have 9 players being played for the New York. And it's like, it's lopsided on that end. So New York got some things to consider working on whether they can get some rotational guys, other guys, to do well. Because right now, I'm looking at it from the point of view that New York might be gassed. But we'll see. Can they heal? Can they be ready to go for the next game in New York? Will there be enough time for them to get things back on track? We'll see. Can Jalen Brunson heal? But yeah, it's a series, man. 2-2. It is a series. Let me know, y'all, who y'all got for this series. Who y'all got prediction wise? I am a Pacer guy, so I gotta go for my Pacers in 6. It's gonna be a hard fight to even do that, but come on now, why would I not root for my team? But props to the Knicks though, man. They have been putting a lot of pressure on them. But I'm looking at this as Pacers. This is a young team. They are taking this as a learning experience, going through everything they've been going through, despite players being out. They still having to fight. Looking at these guys go through playing against these teams who seem to have some key guys out, but not really key for New York because Jalen Brunson's still playing. But the likes of important guys like OG Anunoby for the Knicks, then for the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis, Dame. As much as people may think things would be different things happen. That's a lot of woulda, coulda, shoulda. Anything would have happened because first of all, the system will be different on the floor. They'll be played differently. But the guys are stepping up who may be known to have better reputation in the past or just looking to get that opportunity. That's all it is. It's basketball, man. At the end of the day, injuries happen, stuff happen. teams either have luck or don't have luck. And I know one thing, Pacers haven't had luck in a long time. So, hey, it is what it is with that. This is a young team that they need these big battles, basically. New York been really physical early on. A lot of questions on whether Pacers can get that next game in Indy, which we did by a big margin. Hey, shout out to the Pacers for that. Haliburton, he rolling, man. He is rolling. 30 plus in 2 straight games, drop a 20 piece in 27 minutes. What can you ask for? I guess what I can ask for is consistency. Hopefully we can continue to see that, because right now he got some back issues, he got some knee issues, but he's still fighting, still on the court. Same for Bronson, still fighting, still on the court. So we're gonna have to see who can really hold on to help carry their team to victory, pretty much. But props to some of the guys with the experience on the Pacers when they had this big lead in the first quarter of almost 30 damn points, something like that. So Miles Turner was on the bench. It was a Mike, and it was like a Mike Den scene on TNT where they show Miles Turner talking to Ben Mathurin on the bench. He was talking about how 20 points is not a lot in today's game. So they got to stay locked in and stay the course and continue playing well, continue building this lead. And they did. So props to the guys like Miles Turner, knowing the mentality that the Pacers needed in this game to continue going on a roll to command a victory, pretty much. So we'll see what happened, man. New York Knicks, man. Headed back to New York. Game 5. Let's see what happens.